this is something that I recently learned. Okay, and I mentioned it right before I brought you on here. I've studied under the greats. I trained with the greats. I mean, I was every morning at 9:30 for quite some time. I was on the role playing with the Grant Cardone team when we were selling Cardone on demand, and I got to role play with the masters. So there's so much value in learning to sell and learning to close and having that skill. But recently, this is something that I see you. I see the potential of you doing it. I looked at your Facebook profile and some things today. You're putting content out there. You're getting some good information. If you market properly and you build your pipeline so full, man, of people who need your product, who really need it. So if you have a real solution in solar, by the way, on my roof, if the right person had talked to me when I just built my house, I would have it on there, right? So you have a solution that's needed. My power bill is over $1,000 a month.
Hey, we're about to come to town.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would not be hard to convince me that I need solar. You know what I'm saying? Because giving money to the city is not my idea of a good investment. Okay. So anyway, if you have a solution and you market it properly, and you do the right marketing and advertising, telling the right story, showing people the solution, and building your pipeline so big, you can actually stop closing and selling, knocking on doors. And you mentioned messaging people, sending 100 messages, you can't fail. You're right. But if you get the marketing and the branding and the messaging right, all you'll have to do is turn in the work orders. And that is something we've mastered in the last 3 years. When we started this system we have now, there was me and one person who just walked by. It was first just me. It was just me and this phone, and I was using sales skills. I was knocking doors. I was making the phone calls, and I was calling on dealers. And we generated an income. We generated revenue. We generated a business, and then Joey came, and he's got really good phone skills and sales skills, and he made those calls. So we grew it. And now that we're with 48 employees and probably 10, 12 salespeople selling the product, my email, my phone, which we have software where we manage all of our texts, that's what we are. We're just basically in there taking orders at this point. Now, not that there's not tremendous value in follow-up and making other calls, but the only thing we did differently was we just kept telling the story, and we got the marketing down so that there was created so much interest that we put the marketing and the lead generation ahead of the sales. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see you implement that. And I know you are. I know you're growing, and I know you're on the fast track to massive, branding of Andrew Sayles, and I'm a big fan. So what's your thoughts on turning sales into a marketing and lead generation system?
So I'm glad you brought that up. And that's actually, one big thing I'm a huge advocate for is it all really starts with marketing, right? That's how you get in front of the people, and why online actually has a little bit advantage over door to door, because if I'm shooting you a message online, you're going to have shown some interest in what I'm doing one way or another. And there's a lot of ways you can actually go about doing that. And ironically enough, I've actually built an online business before to where I brought on 100 clients and made about 10 grand my first 40 days. And then I raised a hedge fund of about 76 grand in 2 weeks just by using those tactics. It was doing cryptocurrency consulting, and I do a ton of videos just giving value. And a lot of people came to me wanting the advice. And that's actually why I started the business. I saw a need to serve. That is crucial. I think everybody should be going that route. We actually do that for solar right now too. We run a lot of Facebook ads in house, and run up a database and have an email list and all that good stuff. And I'm huge on chat bots, and what you guys do with text messaging is something we actually need to implement. All our agents, they send out text, to connect with people, but I know there has to be a better way of laying out a platform.
there's a much better way. And we've experimented with chat bots, and I'm a big Elon Musk fan, so I mean I understand the entire idea of machine learning and AI. But at this point, man, every chat bot, and I've experienced everyone. I mean, maybe if I was the guy programming it with the art of text message selling, possibly it could be. But right now, AI, when it comes to chatbots, is the lack of the artificial lack of intelligence. They're on a scale from 1 to 10, every chat service in the world, except for DigiNinja, on a scale from 1 to 10 is a 1 or less. And it's just because the information that is in the art of text message selling is brand new information. There's never been a manual on how to communicate properly through text message, and they just, and so these big companies, they'll hire thousands of agents. Oh, you can work from home, you can, and here's your script, and they've never sold anything. It'd be like because I have a big company and I can build the software and have the technology, that then now I can program it. It'd be like me trying to teach door to door. I mean, it'd be worse than that. It'd be like somebody with no door to door. I mean, no sales experience trying to teach door to door. So, there's tremendous, but that's a good thing. That's why it's so easy for us to sell our product, is because the value is really there. So right now, the competition is insignificant, but that's how it was. That's how it was when we started with the Facebook events that we do. I was the pioneer of the Facebook buyback events that did it in an event style using Facebook ads, and now there's hundreds of companies that do it. So the need was there. We led the way, and we now it's been tremendous in the car business. Absolutely changed the way people buy cars. So the same thing is there with solar. The same thing there is there with furniture. The same thing is there with so many products that people just they're still trying. It's the beginning stages of how to do it right.
I agree, man. I agree. Text message is an awesome platform to sell on, just because you're always going to get more responses through text. People are just more comfortable with it. So it's awesome that you're one of those pioneers, and we all got plenty to learn from you, I'm sure.
Well, I learned from people who came before me. If I hadn't been with those mentors that and in those boiler rooms, then I wouldn't have got that information.